So let me go very slowly.
Okay.
Unless you say, well, okay, then no. The definition of religion, forget what England says. Unless it says, but you see, I tell you 4 times, but you still don't get it. That's why I'm repeating myself.
I get it. I get what you're saying. I don't believe.
I don't want to repeat, but because you don't understand, I still repeat it.
I don't understand.
So maybe the perception is very slow. That's why I'm repeating. I don't want to put it no further. I would like to stop repeating. So religion definition means a way of life. So I'm telling you, if you're thinking carefully in what I'm saying, you will come to the conclusion with sincerity that you have a religion.
Sure. I want to stop talking about it, so sure, I have a religion.
Why don't we just agree on the definition that you provide and see whether we can actually work on that one?
Well, I don't believe I have a religion. I don't have a definition for a religion, but yours is a way of life, a way of thinking.
No, I wouldn't have a problem with that. So basically, everyone has their own way of going about things, right?
Yes, of course.
So this is what we call our ideologies around life. So I have an idea which is so deep-rooted, and this is my ideology. So I may be very compassionate to animals and I become a vegetarian.
Yes, I am.
That could be my religion. That could be my way of life. You can define it in whatever you want, okay? So that's not a problem, identifying yourself in that way.
No.
I think
for me, that is not... The way that I am thinking about religion is organized by religion. I think that is what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about ethics or morals, because of course I have them. I'm a human like everyone else. But for me, that is more just the way that I conduct myself. That's more my personality. It's not a religion to me.
Sure. Because the idea of religion to most people is an organized religion, centralized to a linkage to a deity of some kind, or absence of a deity,
that
right?
Is the way I'm
that's how you think about religion, okay? So I think what the brother is trying to say, that's fine. There's no point agreeing or disagreeing with this one. At least, we live our lives according to certain principles that we uphold. That's what it is, right? Now the question is, how should we live our lives? People disagree with that. You may say, look, I think we should live our life in mutual trust. We should live our life in harmony and compassion with each other. We should live our life according to principles which are good. So it could be that, okay, I should not harm you, you should not harm me.
Yes.
Yeah? That I should be kind when kindness is needed or not needed. Yeah, regardless. I mean, somebody may be in a need of help. It doesn't have to be me, but I can still show some kindness just because I think it's better to help. Yeah? Okay.
Yes.
So these kind of things we live our life by, but what the difference in the approach that you and other people may have is actually rest on our own existence.
Yes.
Okay? So you'll have an idea, an understanding of what you're supposed to do in this life, but is it necessarily linked with where did you come from? What are you doing here? And where are you going to go after you die, for example?
Yes.
These are central questions that I'm sure you have thought about it, haven't you? Right?
Yes.
Right. So this is where our differences may be. You may think, no, there is no God, there is no creator, the universe is what it is. Science gave us an understanding of this world, everything is natural.
True, but it does not give me a complete understanding, but yes, I
something. And then what happens after life is, let's say everyone dies and the worm comes and hits you and so on and so forth. You can have an idea, an ideology based on this, okay? But does it give you, based on these ideologies, does it give you the comfort in your heart and the tranquility in your heart?
Yes.
Does it?
I am a happy, tranquil person with my place in life. I'm happy with my place in the world and my ethics and my morals and the way I interact with other people, and I don't think, for me at least, it's not necessary to have that specific idea of religion with the deity and the books and the teachings, but I understand that is very important to some people and I am completely fine with that. It's only once it starts to impact on my way of life and the way those people conduct themselves around me, and I believe religion can be wonderful. I believe it gives some people a wonderful place and a wonderful community, but I don't think it's necessary, and for me it's not, my believings, it's not.
Do you think life is meaningful without God?
Yes.
Okay. So suppose now the idea of God is man-made. I'm going to try the negative part of it, the other aspects. Suppose there is no God, no creator, no originator. That means the world is there. Whether question about.
Is that not fantastic?
No. Let's take it to the right conclusions. So the world is there. People have different ideas about this world. Now, how is life meaningful? Because whatever you think, there is no such a right or wrong thing, because everything is meaningless in the sense that everything, let me tell you why I think this is the case.
Sure.
Okay,
no,
and then perhaps you can argue with me. Because there's no creator, the concept of justice doesn't arise. Because, what do you mean justice? Nothing brought you into this life, nothing asks you to be good, nothing demands you to be good and just. So you live your life. Now if something makes you happy, right? Say what makes you happy is cheating people, deceiving people, to climb up the ladder, to be famous and successful, you get more money and you get more position and more power. If that makes you happy, for example, why should you stop cheating, deceiving? Because there is no morality that says that's wrong, because there is no idea of a right and wrong in this case.
I don't know if humans are born with an inept sense of what is right and wrong.
There's no such thing.
But
in that view.
No, it isn't, because that is my view. And I was brought up by two atheist parents in a rather atheist community, and I still learned to be kind to others because we are a human race. We are in this world together. We are in this world to support each other and to help each other grow. And of course, there will be people who get by in life by cheating and hurting other people.
Are they wrong?
Yes.
Why?
Because we as a society, at least in this society, I don't know around the world, but we want to grow. We have created a place where we innovate, where we create, where we try and support each other. And for all those things to continue, we need to have those morals, we need to have those ethics, and they might differ a little bit. Some people might think truth is more important than kindness, or like things like that, and they're very important as well because people are different. But still, if you hurt someone, then someone hurts someone back, and then it does get to you. So there are effects and causes and consequences. So if you aren't morally right or wrong, those come back to hurt you, and we learn. That's how children learn. Because if you're unkind to your friend, if you kick her and she kicks you back, that hurts you, that affects you. The circle continues, and we learn how to be just. I'm not saying everyone is just, I'm not saying everyone is kind, I'm not saying everyone has the right morals. I'm thinking differently, because if there is no originator who originated us for a reason in this life, then there is no concept of justice or morality or any good values and principles. You are introducing this into your way of life, your ideology, because you think you are afraid, what we call, of something reciprocal happening to you. Yes.
If you are hurting someone, hurt might come to you. But suppose now you are in a position of power, a Brazilian drug lord. Nothing can hurt you. You have the power and the position and the tools to protect you. You live like a king. You exploit and abuse people with your intent and might, and you die like a king. And you get away from the justice that you think so exists, right? Now, so, no, in this case, why should someone be afraid? Because that person says, look, I have the power, I can just blow up people just like that because I have the means. Press of a button, I can destroy the whole city, for example. So if someone does, so according to your thinking, if someone doesn't have the fear, then they're okay to actually live their life with deception, with bad morality of killing people, murdering, raping. So it's okay for them.
Well, yes, because as we have those people in this society right now. Even with religion, we have those people in every single society.
So are you saying it's okay for them to do that?
I'm not saying it's okay for them to do that, but they will continue to be here.
No, let's understand again one thing. I want to know your reasons. Your reasons of why we should have ethics and morality is that fear that if I don't do good to others, bad will be done to me. Like,
I think, we learn.
Right,
we learn lessons,
right.
And that is how humans
so
learn.
what if...
That is how we teach children.
Yeah, what if that fear is not in the equation?
How do we get rid of that fear? How do we get rid of human interaction?
The reasons why you're trying to be good, trying to be just and kind, and not to abuse and exploit and deceive people and be dishonest, it seems to be linked to the idea that the loss of something in return if you didn't behave that way.
Like, I assume in your religion you get taught to be kind and to have those ethics correct. That is
let's let religion aside.
No, I'm not
we are talking on a principle. I apologize to cut you off. I apologize. We are talking on a principle level. There is no God. There is no originator. So we are there floating around in the universe, making a life meaningful to our own selves. Now, so why should one who is not afraid, have no fear that police will come and get me and people will come and get me? Because you're... No. Let's understand something. We are trying to understand these issues of being kind and good and just. If there is no fear associated with you, then to kill someone unjustly and to rape someone, murder someone, cheat and exploit and abuse, all the bad things that you know of, right? To do these things, why would that be not okay?
Because you still live in a society that honors... I'm not
doesn't care.